Hello and welcome back to another wonderful adventure with Aaron Weaver, your boiler guy, helping you have that best boiler room experience. And today we're going to take a brief look at the AMP unit by Thermal Solutions and also by Brian. So this is a 1 million water heater that we have in stock. I've got the spare parts and pieces that we ship with it here. Our control, easy to get to, touchscreen, nice. On-off switch, USB to go ahead and update if you need to do any updates on it. Piping connections. So you can see our supply connection is right at the top. There's a supply temperature sensor right here and a high and limit all in one, which is why this is 3 wires, because there's 2 thermistors inside of the sensor. Send these Victaulic connections, go back to our manifold, where we have a pressure and temperature gauge. The relief valve gets installed here. Now, many inspectors have, well, not many, but some inspectors I've run across over the years are like, no, you can't bush it. You can bush the inlet to match the relief valve, so long as the relief valve is rated correctly for the size that you're working with, for the BTU relieving capacity. And then we also have a flow switch. Since there is a non-definable water level in this boiler, you are allowed to use a flow switch in lieu of a probe type low water cutoff. Although some states still want a probe type low water cutoff also, which is okay. And then there's a test and reset button with it and lights. And then right here we have our inlet connection. It's Victaulic, and you can see that it's thermistor here as well. Then we have a lot of our electrical connections are right up top, easy to get to, nice and simple. So different relays that we utilize here: power, control, pretty straightforward. And then this is just going to be a generic knockout box for the guys in the field to go ahead and connect to. So you can see those wires go down to that. Off the back, then you can see your venting connections located right here. This would be your boiler drain. Now with this, the way these heat exchangers are, because all the tubing comes together like in a manifold type setup towards the top. Okay, so if you've never seen the backside of one of these, here's what it is with the vent removed. This is brand new. So that's on the assembly line. You can see here's that one baffle. You can see where all the heat exchanger tubing connects at that top header location right here. And that's on one of the bigger ones. Combustion air filter is located down here. Easy to get to door on the side, easy to get to washable, reusable air filter. You can see our condensate drain connection is right here. That's on a union, goes right on the back. Pretty straightforward here. So that would go union right there, and you can pull it off, you can clean it out. So long as you put a union on the other side, you can do that. And there is a switch. So that shuts off in the event that it is plugged up or restricted. We include the gas cock with the unit. So that would end up being installed on top of the boiler here. We take it off for shipping purposes. And it's right up front. So it's easy to get to if you got to shut the gas off. So a little quick walk around on the unit with the covers on. Let's take a look at the top of an AMP or BFIT boiler or water heater. We start out that we have our Honeywell burner control, which is, this is the Sola. You see on the sticker we write it's an AMP 1000, which is nice. Then all of our connections are easy to get to. Other limits, you're going to cut those. Lockout alarms get wired in. You can see if you're doing firing rate demand, different inputs. Central heat, enable, disable, limit string. So these are all laid out pretty nice. And then you can see this is our control board for a lot of different things. System pump, boiler pump, combustion air damper, standby loss, power supply, isolation valve if you're doing variable primary piping, or primary only piping. So that's where the isolation valve would be, because we actually control it so one of the valves is left open when all the boilers are off. So